This is Gios4ma. You're plugged into the red current.
How long have you been producing?
I started in 10th grade, so that would be around 2012. 2012.
What got you into that?
So I started rapping in ninth grade. Well, I started recording raps in ninth grade. So uh, I was tired of like having to like steal beats off the internet because I mean I'm in ninth grade. I couldn't pay nobody for it, so I was just like, all right, I'll try to figure out how to do this myself, and that's where the journey began. And I ended up falling in love with that more than the rapping.
What's some of the biggest lessons you've learned creating beats?
Creating beats. Let me see. Try. Always try to start fresh every time, but at the same time keep it. Just kind of know your own style. Like know what you can keep consistent. Know because it's almost like you're painting the whole. Like I kind of think of it like every song is just part of this whole big picture. So it's like I don't want stuff to stand out too much, but at the same time, if you start just doing the same thing over and over again, which there was a period of time where I was doing that, it just starts it it, it just starts falling apart. Like you start losing interest in it.
Do you have any particular like influences or favorites when it comes to like producers or songwriters?
Uh, the person that made the band that made me want to get into that made me believe I could produce was the internet, and the person that probably shaped my sound the most was Madlib, and actually my first recorded song was over one of his beats.
What was it about the two of them that inspired you?
So with the internet, I think it was like 2011, 2012. It was somewhere around that time. But they had an interview with I think MTV, and it wasn't like an episode of MTV Cribs, but it was like just a tour of their apartment, and the apartment was just kind of empty. But they had like strobe lights going around and all this stuff, and they were just making music in like each of their rooms. They were recording, and it was like, wow, you can really just do like before that video, I thought you had to go to like the big studio and all this stuff, and I'm like, I can't do that. But once I saw that, oh, you can just do this in your bedroom. That's when it all just got made real for me. And with Madlib, all the way back with Tony Hawk's Underground, he had a song on there. Like really, that whole game series, that whole Tony Hawk series,
They had good soundtracks.
yes. All those soundtracks shaped my whole interest in hip hop.
They got me into a lot of music too.
Yeah.
So when you produce something, how do you make the decision between what's for you and what you're gonna give to other people?
Uh, it all okay. So for me, especially with the last album, Octopi, and moving forward, it's like I've found myself writing songs first before I make the beat, and that just seems so much more comfortable. So it's like now it's gotten to the point where like it was always a thing of whose voice sounds right over this beat, and that's always been very important to me. And now especially, it's like if this doesn't go to any of the, or if I can't see this going to any of the songs that I've written in, then I'm gonna pass it off. But even still, I can't like I tried the whole like selling beats thing for a while, but I don't know. I'm just real picky about it. So it's just like I know who I hear rapping over this, and so.
With Hair of Wool and Ether Tones, how did that come about? How did you end up making that?
That was totally unplanned, and that was like the cool thing about it is that like I was just I started the vlog series on YouTube, and I just wanted to try to get as many faces as I could on there, and so I would just text the group chat, who wanna link up today, and Matthew was. That man dedicated. He always like every time I asked, oh I'm free, you come pick me up, this that and the third. So it was like next thing like before we knew it, we had like 6 songs done, and so the other two, those come in too.
So this year you performed with Jackson in the Music Week.
Mm-hmm.
Have you attended it before?
Uh, Last year I performed at an event at Offbeat, and then the year before that I was actually one of the volunteers, unloading stuff off the truck.
How did you enjoy each year from each perspective?
So last year, this year, I enjoyed probably more than any like rap show I've ever done, because it's like, especially compared to last year, because last year I was so nervous, and then I hadn't had a lot of rap shows up to that point, so it's like I kind of wrote down what I was gonna do, but I couldn't get over the nerves, so I tried to get a little drunk, and then that turned into me forgetting my lyrics. So it was like this past year, everything just kind of worked out like so like all the stars aligned. I still had a little bit to drink, but I knew what I was doing this time, and I went in with a real plan of action. As far as like the staff and stuff, it was like I really enjoyed like having volunteered at other festivals and things. I would say that like the Jackson Indie Music Week staff, they do stand out. It's just like, just kind of treating people right, and being like reasonable. What's the word? Like I don't know the word, but
I used to work for them too, so I really enjoy them. They are good people.
yeah.
So about like the scene here in Jackson in general, like, is there anyone you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
I definitely want to work with Vitamin C. Want to work with Dev Mac. Want to work with Teddy Rogers. It's Let me see. I'm trying to see about working with Dollar Black if possible. It's really I want to if I could I want to find a way to work with just about everybody in the city right now, because it's just like it's so diverse, and everybody's like it inspires me how much everybody just puts so much effort into it and stuff like that. And then for me personally as a producer, I kind of see a challenge of like I want to not only make a beat, but I want to like bring something new out of each artist. So it's just like that's why I want to just try one by one, just like doing something totally different.
What has it been like to transition from observing the scene to being a part of the scene?
So it's like it's weird. Like I said, it's weird. Like before, I used to just watch what was going on and be so inspired. Like wow, like you can really do this. Like it's not just a pipe dream. Basically, like I'm looking at everybody really doing this, and so it's so it's so crazy to now be up on those same stages, playing those same events, playing. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff just materializing. It's a wild ride.
Can you name some of the people you used to see who inspired you, that made you want to be part of it?
I remember, I think it was sometime right after that, after last year's Jackson in the Music Week performance. As far as I can remember, because there was somebody like 2 or 3 years ago. But my mind bad. But I know last year when I saw Vitamin C perform, that was what made me want to come into like this year. Like I got, what I'm saying, like I gotta come with my all and all this. So like you know what I'm saying, like she really like, I feel like she really set the pace for me, or set the tone for or set the bar for like a good performance, and made me want to really work harder on giving a good show.
What do people not know about the scene in Jackson that they should know? What's the word that needs to get out about what's going on here?
Diverse, just diverse. I don't know. It's like I've talked to people from other states, and it seems like it's kind of changing now. It's weird because we're starting to like bubble and explode to other areas, but when I've talked to people before, they all just kind of assume we have just this one sound and this one style, just which kind of like southern artists in general kind of get shoehorned like that in general. But I think it was always really bad on Jackson, but it's just like people don't even understand. Like it's like We got like electronic. We got people with like more electronic sound and stuff. We got people with more like like dusty underground sound and stuff. We got people that's trying all kind of different shit, and it's just like just diverse. Like on top of it, it's like I feel like Jackson is such a cool scene because it's like everything you could think of in the mainstream, and then everything you could think of in the underground, we got it here.